Hi, Facebook. Hi, my tribe. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Saturday afternoon because my gosh, today was absolutely gorgeous. And I've had some time to talk with a couple of you guys from yesterday and some friends last night. And we were talking about the six human needs. And we went over two of them yesterday, and that was certainty and variety. Some people call it certainty and uncertainty. I like using the word variety because uncertainty has a negative connotation for me. But basically the same thing. And we talked about last night, especially in relationships, and why certain people will stay in a relationship that's negative or even abusive. And that's because our subconscious is actually designed to keep us alive. So if something's been working, even though it's not necessarily the best for us, the fear of uncertainty will keep us in that situation quite often until we become aware of that's why we're staying there. The mind can measure what you can lose, but it can't measure what you can gain. It's this really weird little way that it works, the way that it's programmed. So today I want to talk about another one, which is another one that conflicts, and it's the need for connection and love, but also the need for significance, to be unique, to be special. And where this shows up in relationships a lot is you get in this relationship and you're kind of antsy until the person commits, and then you're like, oh, I'm connected. And the more you feel connected, because you want to feel connected, we are designed for that, the more comfort and satisfaction and peace you have. And then for some reason we reach this breaking point sometimes and we're like, oh, I'm so connected. I'm losing myself. I'm losing my sense of self. I'm losing my identity. And that's where we'll often see push away, push back, because it's like, who am I? So that need for significance often conflicts. And you'll sometimes see this is where a person will start straying, or where the relationship will start dying because we're losing the sense of self. You combine that, if that person has a high need for variety, that's a prime setup for an affair. And it's the need for connection and the need for certainty on the flip side of that is often a reason why somebody that has a lot of affairs won't actually just get divorced, because they still need that sense of certainty. Now, if that person stays in a relationship long enough and then that second relationship starts developing and provides that sense of certainty, then often you'll find them divorcing, getting remarried, and going through the same cycle again, because they'll have that connection and that certainty, and then they get bored and they feel like they're losing their sense of self, and causes that internal conflict. So more often, the more we get one of those, we'll start neglecting some of the others, and it's a really delicate balance. And I don't know if you guys have ever are familiar with the crab syndrome. I guess it's what I call it. But it's quite often when you have a group of friends and one of them will decide, hey, I'm gonna write a book, or I'm gonna start a business, or I'm gonna travel, and the group will collectively, just like crabs, when you go crabbing, you can just throw crabs in a bucket. You don't have to have a lid, because if one of them starts to crawl out, the rest of them will grab them and pull them down. So sometimes our group of friends, our closest five, will do that to us when we want to change. And the reason is that, oh my gosh, you're gaining significance, but you're losing certainty in that friendship. And they're afraid of losing the love and connection with you. And so it causes this conflict. And it's not because they don't love you, it's actually because they do love you. But if you change and you step into this new realm that they're not involved in, and you gain this sense of significance, then it could separate you from your friends. And it's not that I want to emphasize, it's not because they don't love you. It's because they're afraid of losing connection with you, connection and love. And often, this connection and love, people will settle for connection in a relationship if they can't have love, because connection is the basis of love. And the interesting thing about connection is it can be either positive or negative, which you'll look at in negative or abusive relationships. That's still connection. It's still meeting that need, although at a very low level. It's not love. So people will stay in that. And now love can only be positive. So, connection again is the basis for love. If they can't have love, they will settle for connection. And an interesting thing about these needs is that people will absolutely violate their morals to get their needs met, which is interesting. But it again, it's a need. It's not a want. These things are needs. So we've gone over variety and certainty. And now we've gone over connection and love and significance and how those can conflict. And again, if you have somebody that has a really, really high need for love and connection that is in a relationship with somebody that has a low need for that, the one that has a low need for that is going to feel like you're really needy and clingy and like sucking the life out of them. So you're always going to have kind of a flip-flop. Nobody's ever going to be exactly aligned. The dark side of that is that, if you're high in one and that same person is really low in that can cause a big conflict. So if you look below, I posted earlier the link where you can actually go online and do a quiz. And I love this website because it doesn't, one, require you to give your email address. You're not going to get spammed with email. It's about 70 questions, I think. It doesn't take too long. And it gives you what your top 6 are in order. And then it kind of gives you the dark side of your top ones. Things to look for in a relationship. Things that are like, hey, for me, growth and contribution are tied for number 1. And the dark side of that is that I can be so wrapped up in that I forget to, because I'm so developed, interested in personal growth and always learning, that I can forget the importance of relationship. And I can forget the importance of connection with people. Now, fortunately, connection and love is my number 3rd, and it's only 0.5% off. But if I look back in my life, I can get really, really defensive and guarded on my private time, and that's why. So this is a really, really neat test. I encourage you guys to do it. It's going to give you some insight as to why you think and behave the way you do, why you're guarded and protective in areas that you are, why you feel maybe dissatisfaction in areas of your life that you're like, I should be satisfied. I have a great job. I have a great relationship. Why am I not satisfied? This is going to be an insight to you that you're probably not even aware of. So go ahead and take that test and kind of learn about it, read about it. And tomorrow we're going to talk about the higher needs, which is growth and contribution. The 4 that we've just gone over are basic mind needs. So tomorrow we're going to go over growth and contribution, and it's the higher needs. And I don't know if I'm going to go at 5 o'clock because I think this might be a bad time, and maybe even weekends are a bad time. So I might actually skip Sunday and then hit you guys up on Monday when more people are available, because I don't know why I'm inside my apartment at 5 o'clock on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon, because apparently everybody else is doing fun stuff. So I'm kind of experimenting with times, and maybe if you want to leave a comment, let me know what time is good for you on Monday through Friday, so that I can connect with more of you guys. So I don't think I'll do a Saturday one again. Right now, actually, I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to go to a friend's birthday party. So I love you guys, and I hope this is helpful. If you do eventually watch this, leave a comment, ask questions, because I really want to engage with you guys on these things. This isn't just me talking. I want to add value to you. So if you have questions and you have comments, you have times in your life that you're like, hey, this brings up a situation. Can we talk about that? Then definitely drop that in the comments below. Let me know you're here. And I want to connect with you guys and continue this conversation, because one-way conversations are boring. So love you guys. Have a great Saturday. Bye.